What is going on YouTube? Crobat for the win here today, bringing you this very interesting battle that I ended up getting the other day. Well, before I get into the match, really want to thank any new subscribers to this channel. Thank you for jumping on the Crobat train. Here's a battle. So, my team is pretty cool. I brought an Emboar, and an Exploud, and a Flygon, Empoleon, a Victini, and a Cresselia. Now that usually wouldn't seem like a strong team, or maybe it's kinda decent, I guess, but I'm going against an Arceus, and a Mega Gengar, or what we will find will be a Mega Gengar. So I'm going against two Ubers here. I have absolutely no clue what I just got myself into. Oh, but I digress. He leads with Cresselia, as I lead with Exploud. I'm going for the Boom Burst, which is an easy 2-hit KO on that, if there were no leftovers. This is Fusro-Da. Every single time that thing uses Boom Burst, it's another Fusro-Da. So then switches into Heatran, which does not take that too well, but I really don't want to stay in to take unnecessary damage with Exploud, so I go into Empoleon, which is an amazing special wall right now. He's pretty cool in this gen, and the animation, the sprite or whatever is awesome looking, and he actually ninja dodges a Fire Blast, which is awesome. I go for the Roar just to get him away, so he ends up being roared into Accelegor, but then goes right back, switches out, goes into Ninetails. I'm going to set up Stealth Rocks because I see that his team is pretty Stealth Rock weak. So I feel like that'll be a pretty good thing to do for my team. I end up going for a Roar because I kind of thought he might switch here. Now he goes into Gengar, which is not good. Obviously by that name, we could tell it's Mega Gengar. And he's just about to Mega Evolve right here. This is awful. So we brought two Ubers. Mega Gengar is obviously an Uber that is about to get a Focus Blast off of my Empoleon. Only reason why that didn't KO is because this thing is, well, especially defensive. Oh jeez, that was a train wreck. He also gets the special defense drop, which is kind of funny, because, well, as you're going to see in just a second, I'm going to end up going against this Cresselia. He gets off a Moonlight, which is bad, but I'm just hoping I can have enough to maybe live a Psychic of some kind. Here I go for the Ice Beam, sort of hoping maybe I could get a Freeze. Yeah, I shouldn't be fishing for hacks like that. I should have gone for a Scald, probably. Not like it would have mattered too much, but oh well. He ends up going for a Magic Coat now, predicting my Roar, but I just go for a Scald. And I get a Burn Off, which is fantastic, because now the thing's no longer getting that residual damage. I mean, not residual, recovery. It's getting residual damage, that's what I meant to say. Now I'm at a good amount of health, so I think I should be able to live a Psychic, even with that special defense drop, and hopefully I can get some kind of Roar off, and actually take that really well. It does only about half from where I was. That Roar, he's going to get roared out into Heatran, which is pretty cool, because it's at such a low health now. It's not going to be able to set up a sub. It's going to live maybe 1 or 2 Life Orb recoils. He goes for the Fire Blast now. It doesn't miss, unfortunately. But to be perfectly honest, it would have been safer to go for the Earth Power. Ah, well. I now go into Flygon, and I U-turn out like an absolute clown. Seriously? How could I be that stupid? I really thought if that low of health, that would have KO'd. Oh my gosh, that was just utter stupidity. Well, that's a facepalm right there. That is a pure facepalm. It's okay though, I guess Cresselia takes that pretty well anyways, it's not a huge deal. And he goes into Ninetails, as Ninetails is going to set up the Sun again, which actually is not too bad since I have Moonlight myself. He does miss a Toxic, which is cool, as I set up a Thunder Wave on the Ninetails. That's even better because, well, that thing's usually pretty fast. Now I can switch out. I can go into Flygon, which does not mind being toxic poisoned, but he does go for the sub, which is pretty bad. Now I'm not going to overpredict. I'm just going to go for the Earthquake to go take that sub out. I really do kind of hope he stays in next turn, but he probably won't. I also hope he doesn't get a burn here. Please, no. Okay, no burn. Good, 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 good. We are doing okay here. He's going to switch out into Cresselia now. I sort of predicted that, but I figure Cresselia is not going to be able to do too much to my team anyways, so it's not worth over-predicting at this point. I might have to over-predict a little bit later, but I'm not too worried. This game is actually, I think, more in my favor. We'll have to see what Arceus he's running, but I think it might be more in my favor. Now, his Cresselia just goes for Moonlight, as I was pretty sure even if he went for Psychic, I could take it really well with Exploud. Not only that, I figured it would just wreck everything on his team with the Boom Burst. And it really will. Look at this Ninetails, about to get utterly obliterated by the Boom Burst. Fushiro die! Of course that's a dead Ninetails. Good game, Ninetails, you're out. Now he goes into Arceus, and I learned this is Arceus Fire, which is awful. I don't want to deal with this thing. This thing is a pure Uber to the extreme. Well, that Arceus is going for a Spatial Rend, which I was very confused about. But all I know is that Emboar takes that really well, and now he goes for a Fire-boosted Judgment, as I go for a Superpower! With their superpower, that Emboar destroys the Arceus with a critical hit. You know, we're going to need an instant replay on that. Bam! And Arceus is back, slammed with a superpower, gets critted when it doesn't matter. Emboar just hits things like a truck. So, of course it's going to KO. But unfortunately, he's going to go into Mega Gengar. That's going to be, unfortunately, Emboar's demise. Sludge Wave KOs. I wouldn't have been able to switch anyways, but Emboar did its job. That's a dead Arceus. That thing, I was scared about that the entire match. Well, I go into Flygon to beat the Mega Gengar, but he predicts right again as I go for the Earthquake. I was kind of hoping he would predict the U-turn this time and stay in. Oh well, I guess it doesn't matter too much because that Cresselia still can't do much to my team. I go into Victini now. Icky Vicky. Yeah, I know. As he goes for a Psychic, which only does 25 damage. Look at that. 25! Now that's pretty cool, as that Cresselia is just losing health left and right. I'm going to get a U-turn off because it's super effective. It does an okay amount, I suppose. I mean, this thing is a pretty interesting Victini set, and I don't really want to reveal it right now since I don't use it to its full potential. Now he's going to get the Moonlight off, which I don't like. I really don't. But I'm going to go back into the Dragonborn himself, Fushiro Da, through a Boom Burst. That's going to easily just knock out that Cresselia, do a critical hit. In reality, in the long run, that didn't really matter, because I could have just kept stalling it out. It's okay. So he now goes into Mega Gengar, and I can't switch. He does end up hitting the negative 40% accuracy Focus Blast, as Fushiro Da is going down. That's a very sad day. The Dragonborn is dead. All I know now is that Cresselia is gone, so I can have free reign with Earthquake. This is fantastic. Mega Gengar goes down. That's his second Uber down. His last Pokemon's Accelegor, which I figured even if he switched into that, it probably would have been a 2-hit KO with Earthquake anyways. But now I don't want to take a hit, so I'm just going to go into Cresselia. It's death fodder at this point. I don't really need it. It's done its job the entire match. That Bug Buzz, while it's a Life Orb, I still end up living, which is kind of cool, I suppose. It's not really going to be too big of a deal, as I'm going to end up now going into Victini. Ready to go for a V-Create. Except just for laughs, this guy goes for a me first. And we see Accelegor going for a V-Create. Yeah, okay then, that was pretty interesting. I just get off a V-Create myself. So we get two V-Creates in the same turn. That was actually pretty interesting. That's an epic ending to a battle, I will admit. That was fantastic. Well, it is going to be a good game, I guess. Versus a guy who brought Ubers into a standard match. Well, oh well. Well, I guess the question of the day today is, how do you feel about Mega Lucario and Genesect's ban from OU? Mega Lucario needed to go. Hands down. That was just awful to deal with. Genesect I'm kind of on the fence about, but I don't know. I haven't really encountered it too much in my battles, so I can't say for sure. So I can't give a good answer about that. But Mega Lucario, I'm glad to see it go. That's for sure, because that thing just, if it set up even once, it wrecks everything on your team. So I guess that's pretty much it for today, Brobats. And once again, you get some awesome battles below, some GBA ones that you definitely should go check out if you haven't. And, well, once again, rate, comment, subscribe, Brobats. Peace out.